You ever answer somebody with your whole chest and then realize they weren't even talking to you? Yeah, I did that. At a truck stop, late at night, half tired, half stupid, which is a very dangerous combination. And the worst part? I answered like I belonged in the conversation. Now, if you drive long enough, especially at night, your brain starts doing weird little things. It starts filling in the blanks that ain't yours, starts creating competence where there should be caution, starts making you feel like every thought you have deserves a public appearance. And that night, mine did. I'd been rolling for hours. Dark road, long day, same old truck stop lights, waiting at the end like some kind of tired man's lighthouse. I pull in, needing two things, food and a personality reset. Because some nights, you're not hungry. You're just one mild inconvenience away from becoming a documentary. So I go inside, you know the vibe. Couple drivers walking around half awake. Somebody staring at the roll of grilled food like it personally offended them. And I'm standing there waiting on my order. Just existing, not talking, not thinking too hard. Which, honestly, was already my first mistake. Because when you're tired enough, silence becomes dangerous. That's when I hear this dude somewhere off to my side say, "Yeah, I wouldn't do that." Now, I don't know why my brain grabbed onto that sentence, like it was addressed to me personally, but it did, immediately, no hesitation. Like my mind said, "Oh, that's us. He's talking to us. We're involved now." So I turned my head, real casual, real confident, and I go, "Yeah, that's what I was thinking too." Not quiet either, not under my breath. I said it like a grown man, contributing valuable insight, like we were in the middle of a real exchange, like I had every right to be there. And then, nothing. No response, no nod, no eye contact, no "yeah, exactly," just air. And that's when I looked a little harder. That man had a Bluetooth in his ear. He was on the phone, talking to somebody who was very much not me. Now let me tell you something about embarrassment. It doesn't arrive all at once. First, there's confusion. Then, there's realization. Then, your soul quietly leaves through a side door. And I'm standing there in that truck stop feeling all three in real time. Because now I know. He knows I know. And somewhere in the room, at least one other person definitely knows. But what do you do in that moment? Do you apologize? Do you pretend you were coughing? Do you fake a medical event and fall into the chips display? Because none of those felt strong. So I did what any exhausted idiot would do. I tried to act like nothing happened. I just slowly turned back around, real slow. Like one of those scenes in a movie where somebody realizes they absolutely messed up, but wants to preserve at least the last 4% of their dignity. I'm looking straight ahead now, studying beef jerky, like I came in for research, acting deeply interested in a cooler door, trying to become invisible. But the problem with public embarrassment is this: the more you try to look normal, the more suspicious your normal starts looking. And I could feel it. That truck stop energy had shifted, not in a dangerous way, in that quiet little way where people are trying not to laugh yet. That's when I hear a guy behind me go, "He wasn't talking to you." When I tell you, that line hit me right in the last surviving nerve of my self-respect. I just closed my eyes for a second and said, "I know." And he goes, "You answered fast too." Now I'm laughing because there's no defense for that. He was right. I did answer fast, too fast. Like I'd been waiting all day to weigh in on somebody else's phone call. So I turned around and said, "Well, damn, I guess I'm just out here joining conversations I wasn't invited to." And that broke it. Dude behind me starts laughing. The guy on the Bluetooth starts laughing. Even I'm laughing now. Because once it's gone, it's gone. At that point, there ain't no recovering your cool. Best thing you can do is help bury it with humor. Then, Bluetooth dude looks at me and says, "You had strong feelings about it too." I said, "Apparently." I don't even know what we were disagreeing with, but I was locked in. Now everybody around us kind of got that little late night truck stop smile going on. You know the one. Where nobody's trying to make a big scene, but everybody knows this is the funniest thing that's happened in the last 6 hours. And honestly, that made it better. Because trucking can be heavy. Life can be heavy. Being tired can make everything feel heavier than it is. But then you have these stupid little moments where strangers laugh together over something dumb. And for about 30 seconds, the whole world feels a little lighter. Even if you are the reason. Especially if you are the reason. And it got me thinking. Being tired will make your brain assign you roles nobody gave you. You're just standing there minding your business, and suddenly your brain goes, "You know what? We're part of this now. Jump in." No permission, no invitation, no facts, just confidence. And confidence without information. That's how you end up talking to a man's Bluetooth, like you personally needed your opinion. And the truth is, life works like that too. How many times do we react before we really understand what's going on? How many times do we answer something that wasn't even meant for us? How many times do we insert ourselves emotionally into something before we've even looked close enough to know what we're looking at? Yeah, that truck stop gave me a little lesson with my embarrassment combo meal. So I got my food, laughed it off, and headed back out to my truck. And the whole walk back, I kept replaying it in my head. Not because it was traumatic, but because it was so confidently done. That's the kind of stuff that sticks with you. Not the huge dramatic moments. Sometimes it's just you, tired at night, accidentally becoming part of a phone conversation that had absolutely nothing to do with you. And honestly, that's probably why I tell these stories. Because life ain't always big, cinematic, and serious. Sometimes life is just one awkward moment away from becoming funny later. And if you can laugh at yourself out here, you will survive a whole lot more than just traffic. This is Midnight Roads and Real Talk, real stories, real moments, real life on the road.